So we watched the horror short Tea Time featuring some old woman and some old man.
Yeah,
and a cat.
We picked this because it was. I feel like we've been on the streak of horror movies or horror shorts that are almost like hyper polished, sort of like these. What's the name of the group that does all those? Is it?
I know.
You know what I'm talking about? There's like a group that does a lot of these. They kind of publish all these.
I heard the name.
Yeah. Anyway, it's not that important, but I feel like they've all kind of felt the same. So we wanted to do something a little different, and I think that a lot of people who might be listening have seen some of the Adult Swim horror shorts. This came up as we were searching through those. I'm not so sure that it was published by Adult Swim, but it has that sort of vibe to it where it's kind of surreal. This came out 16 years ago, that is crazy, especially because
that's about
don't you feel like this kind of like surreal liminal feeling horror is still relevant? I feel like it's still pretty relevant.
I would say like that kind of horror to me didn't feel very mainstream at that point. At least not that I remember on YouTube. I mean, I do recall like some things like that feeling surreal. Like I think of Newground videos where they were like the dancing lady was kind of like that. But this has more of like there's a plot to it. That's just more like, oh, it's like copy pasta horror and creepy, like weird, inexplicable things. But this had a story. And speaking of, what'd you think of the story? What'd you think of let's just go overall. What do you think about it?
I mean, as simple as it is, I think it's really good.
I was going to say the same thing. This has been by far a better short. The best short we've seen, I think.
You know why I think it is because it leans into that it's a short. Like it's not trying to tell you this big dramatic. It's not trying to tell you this story where a lot of horror shorts are somebody by themselves. They hear noises. The noises build up. They have like a quick little scare. This is just like you feel like you just kind of. You took a portal into somebody's life for a very brief moment, and then you left. Like you just showed up, and you're in the middle of this woman, just her going about her day, and it seems normal up until the point where she goes to the bathroom, and then you see in the background that she killed her husband, seemingly. That he's dead in the bathroom. She is. You already have a sense that something is wrong. Of course, not just by the sound, the cadence, kind of the glitchy undertone of the way that it's filmed and the sound. But she's filling up the cat's bowl, and the bowl is incredibly full. It's just overflowing, and there's no cat. You're assuming the cat's dead. But I liked it because I think it leans into the fact that it's a horror short. It doesn't like try to keep you on edge until the final jump scare. It's just an unsettling 3 minutes of
a true horror short that actually feels like it conveys a story and makes you want to ask questions without even saying a word. Not a word is spoken. And it, to me, and like the visuals aren't even that crazy. Like they're not, again, there's no visual. I mean, there's some like blood and like a handprint and like the husband, when she's sitting down for tea time, like she fills 2 cups and one for her husband who she just killed. And he kind of even goes to the table and kind of glitches out, but like it feels like a very simple editing trick, but it's very effective. You know, like the knife in his back, even his body positioning is like contorted. You know, it's creepy looking. So,
I mean, it looks
great.
Like it looks like a home video. It looks like a video that if your parents said, "Hey, let's watch some videos we took when you guys were kids," it would look like this.
Yeah, it looks like a home movie. Yeah,
I think that like. I mean, again, this is a 16-year-old short, and I think that it holds up in a way that most horror doesn't hold up this way, let alone horror shorts. I think that I think it captures something that I always like about a horror a film or a horror short is this sort of undertone that like there's something just off. There's something that feels a little off. It's not like so in your face. It's not so spoon-fed to you. It's not, it's not like the intro to Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah.
Where I think a lot of the the horror shorts we've seen kind of put off that vibe, where this is just like watching a home movie where something is just wrong.
Yeah.
And of course it obviously does go extremely wrong towards the end. But
Yeah, I agree. I think it's simple. It's effective. It's worth a watch. It's called Tea Time, TEA, by Mini Mystery. And it's funny, we're looking at it, and I think there's the short, or the movie on YouTube is 3 minutes and 20 seconds long with 900,000 views. Nexpo, who's a pretty famous like mystery YouTuber, does an analysis of it that's 14 minutes, but it has more views, which to me kind of cracks me up. Like,
why the source material?
Yeah, but whatever. I just that's kind of funny. But anyways, I recommend it. Greatest short we've seen so far.
Yeah, and, I mean, at least as part of this podcast, we've seen some other ones
in the world.
that I like. That we just didn't record for, but this is really good. I think that like this is the kind of horror that really scratches an itch I have, which is I mean, I think I've talked about Twin Peaks before, but like a lot of Twin Peaks stuff is like this. It's like this undertone of there's something just a little off, a little creepy, a little there's just something wrong, and I think it does a good job capturing it. So
check it out.
Check it out.